Next up, Boston's MetroWest is home to some of the city's most exclusive suburbs. Turns out it's also home to a growing number of people living in poverty. There's new evidence that that divide is only getting deeper, and as Stephanie Leydon reports, increased worry it could affect the booming job market.
10 years ago, it was a little small area that had a shelf, and now it's a choice pantry.
The food pantry here at the Salvation Army in Waltham has expanded to meet a growing need. 10 years ago, Social Services Director Jeffrey Bailey says about 20 people a day would show up for meals. Now that number has more than doubled.
Within a 3-block radius, this is our people. These are the ones who don't have a lot of money, that are living together in housing and are food insecure. If you go 7 streets over, you might see a different picture.
What you see in Waltham, prosperity and signs of growing poverty, reflects a larger trend documented in a new report from the Foundation for MetroWest. Along with strong schools and high incomes, the report finds that since 2000, the poverty rate across MetroWest's 39 communities has gone up. Waltham has the highest rate at 11%.
There are more people who once upon a time would give us funds and they will help us, and now they're coming to us for services.
But at the same time poverty is on the rise in this region, so are the number of millionaires. The latest Department of Revenue data shows some of the state's biggest earners live in MetroWest, including in Waltham's next-door neighbor, Weston, which had the highest percentage of households in 2010 making $1 million or more a year.
The rich are getting richer. The poor are getting poorer. A lot of people are leaving the middle class.
Mark Drayson leads the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, and he says that deepening divide isn't unique to the MetroWest. It's happening across the state and the country. Around Boston, the gap between the haves and have-nots is fueled in large part by a demand for housing that hasn't kept up with the population growth. And Drayson says out-of-reach housing prices are likely to hurt the thing that's driving this economy, a strong job market.
Employers look at the housing market when they decide whether or not to expand or locate in an area. And increasingly, we realize that employers are a little bit more reluctant to locate here than they were 5-10 years ago, because they're not sure that their employees are going to afford to live near the place they work.
At a time when so much new housing is going up, Drayson says the solution is to build more, especially housing that low and middle income earners can afford. Stephanie Leydon, WGBH News.
To give you an idea of just how big the housing burden is in Massachusetts, according to the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, a quarter of renters across the state spend half their income on housing.